Hi, I'm Garibaldi FM and welcome to episode 17 of my nomadic career. And as you can see, I finally got a job offer and the chance to become a bit more nomadic, so that's good. So the offer's from Sligo Rovers, who are in the Irish Premier League. We've put in a couple other job applications as well. We'll just have a look at them. So we've gone for also Cork City, who haven't got back to us yet, and Derry City, who have also offered us a job. Red Star Osijek in Croatia and Alanyaspor in Turkey. So like I say, I don't think the top three will come back to us with a job offer. Sligo and Derry have already, and I'm pretty sure Cork will as well, but theirs only came up a couple of days ago. If we just have a look, so Cork, Derry and Sligo. Cork are bottom, not a lot between Derry and Sligo. None of them are in Europe. Last year they came 5th, 6th and 8th. The year before, Cork did a bit better the year before, but they're all kind of like mid-table teams. So I'm going to go for Sligo because they've got a slightly higher wage budget than the rest. Cork was about 10,000-ish, I think, maybe a bit more. Derry City. Let's have a look. We can't see there now. But yeah, I think theirs was about 11 or so. So we get slightly more with Sligo, so we'll go for Sligo. They want us to become best of the rest and then keep on getting a top two finish every season, basically. So we'll go for that. And what are they offering us? A year and a half contract, really. That's fine. We'll sign that. Excellent. So there we go. That's a nice little pay rise from what we were on before. We were on a couple £100 roughly at Cefn. So here we are. Left Cefn. I mean, we've left a team that was in the Champions League to join one that's not in Europe, but in a slightly higher league. And I think Sligo have got potential of getting into the European places, as would have Derry, to be fair. But we've chosen Sligo. So club history. They've won the Premier League 3 times. Last time was 10 years ago, so they've got relatively recent experience there. All Ireland Cup doesn't exist anymore. They've won the FA, I guess that's the FA Cup, FA of Ireland, Ford Cup. They've won that a few times and in relatively recent years as well. One of them only 3 years ago, so that's good. They've won that quite recently as well. So they've got some relatively recent experience in the Cups. And they're 4,500 seat capacity stadium. No transfer obligations or anything like that at the moment. So there we are, we've been hired. Got a few people in last year of their contracts. We'll come around to sorting them out soon, but I think this guy here, Timu Peninkangas, we might try and sign him up, perhaps. He looks all right. Well, we do have another good left back. Maybe he's better at centre back. Okay, well, it looks like we might have some good players. Let's have a quick look at the squad in a moment. Let's see, can we squad? So in terms of the best player Only out for 4 days, that's not too bad. Bank's out for a few weeks. So we got a couple of good left backs by the looks of it. In fact, yeah, it's good centre backs, a couple of good forwards. So centre backs are, in fact, all the defence and the forwards were pretty well stocked. It's perhaps a bit more midfield and goalie that we need to look. Perhaps goalie most of all. So yeah, midfield and goalie will be perhaps where we're looking. I don't think we've got anything transfer budget wise, and we've only got 500 quid in the wage budget, so we'll probably be looking for some loans, I expect. So yeah, that will pause there for a minute. I'll go around, do some scouting and stuff, and we'll pick up with our first game, which we'll watch, which will be Dundalk in 8 days' time. Hopefully we'll have a signing or two for that. So yeah, we'll skip on. Okay, so we're about to play our first game now as Sligo Rovers. We've got the hardest first game possible. We're away to top of the league, Dundalk. We've gone for a 5-3-2 formation because we've got quite a lot of good centre backs. So hopefully that will make the most of them being able to play 3 of them. Our left wing back prefers just to be a left back, but hopefully we'll get by doing that job. And then, yeah, we haven't got loads of quality wingers, so that kind of gets around that problem as well. So hopefully this will fit the players that we've got best, but we'll find out. If it doesn't work so well, then we'll change the tactics a bit further down the line. I've tried to bring in a few players. There are quite a few sort of youngsters leaving English sides that were interested in joining me and would have easily improved my squad. The problem is because I've only got sort of 500 quid or so in the wage budget until I hit the roof, the ceiling or whatever. They all wanted more than what I could afford to pay, so I think we're kind of stuck with what we've got for now until we can try and increase the wage budget a little bit. But yeah, for now it's alright. It'll give us a chance to get to know our new players a bit and see what we can bring in. Like I say, goalie would be good, perhaps a midfielder or two, and yeah, we'll see where we go. But not too bad an opening start, considering we're away to top of the table. How's the table looking? So we are 7th. I think, so yeah, that's the other thing. The Irish League runs calendar season, so although we've left the end of the Welsh one, we're straight into halfway through the Irish one, so that's quite nice in a way. And then perhaps we'll do a year and a half in Ireland and then hopefully pop straight into another league halfway through their season somewhere. Work quite nicely. But yeah, so I think we're too far behind Dundalk to catch them. But if we could get sort of somewhere around top 5 or something like that perhaps this season, that would be good. On the defence here, we've made them go all the way back to their keeper. He's still got the ball. Oh, what? Didn't that look like my defender tried to kick it away and crossed it? And their left winger comes on. My right winger, I think he kicked it against their winger. When my right back tried to clear it, it cannoned off their winger and went to one of their forwards. So slightly unlucky first goal to let in there, but never mind. See what we can do. We're not in any immediate danger of being relegated, so there's only 10 teams in the Irish Premier League. So you don't want to finish. We certainly don't want to finish bottom, and next the bottom goes into a playoff. But we've got a bit of gap over them, so that's not too much of a worry really. Really just trying to get as high as we can. First half time and 1-0 down. So yeah, we're, as you can see, 9 points clear of the drop zone, or 8 points now. There's like a bottom 3 and then the rest of the league's clear of that, so luckily I'm on the right side of that split. There we go, can we do something now? Kane in defence. Passing it around a bit too easily for my liking at the moment. No goals, that's all right. And I suppose we have got to remember that it's our first match. Players have got to get used to the new system, and we are away to top of the table, so it couldn't get any worse than this. And Dundalk actually got through relatively far in that new UEFA or Europa Challenge Cup or whatever it's called, which is like the one underneath the Europa League, which is the one that I played in with Cefn last year. So yeah, Dundalk got through the group stage and got into the, I think it was the second knockout round or something like that, so they probably would have made a fair bit of money from there and no doubt got quite a decent team. It was a good effort. Right, we'll make a few subs. I'm still getting to know my team a bit, so I'm not entirely sure who's the best players and not yet, but we'll take off the left wing back and put that centre back there, because the new guy can also play wing back. I wouldn't have minded taking off the right wing back because he's been booked, but we'll stick with him because we haven't got anyone there. Bring on a new forward and swap the guy who was playing attacking midfield up there. I think we'll just stick with that. I'll tell him to go a bit more attacking. What kind of role does he like? And he's not playing false 9 because we've got one of them already. We could tell him to go advance forward though. I think that might work with what we're doing. Alright, let's see if we can get something the last 15 minutes then. Be a bit against the run of play, but we're only 1 down, so we are in it. Ooh, come on. Oh. Nearly my first goal. Is that going to be my best chance, maybe? Fell to Coughlin, but he couldn't stick it away. It's looking like that's it then. Well, not terrible considering the opposition. Yeah, we'll try and do better going forwards. So that leaves us 7th. I guess it's a 36 game season perhaps, because I don't think there's a split point here. Yeah, it looks like about 16 probably there. So yeah, we play every team 4 times. So perhaps we will, I don't know, we'll pick a game a bit further along and see how we get on there, or if we get any signings then we'll have a bit of an update. But yeah, we'll carry on and pick up another game in a moment. Okay, so we've skipped on a little bit further now. We've played 5 more games since the Dundalk one, which was our first, and we won 4 and drawn 1, so we've been on really good form. Mainly against teams that are kind of mid-table, Cork are down near the bottom. So other than Waterford, who we played last time, no one particularly high. So we got Shelbourne next, who are third, and as you can see, although we've not really changed position, we were 7th, we're now 6th, a point ahead of Derry, so that's not changed too much, but the league sort of condensed. 2nd down to 7th now is a lot tighter than it was. Dundalk are clear, they're going to win the league, I think that's pretty obvious. But we have a chance at trying to come in 2nd place, which would be quite nice. So yeah, I beat Waterford last time, but that did come at a little bit of a cost. We picked up an injury to Jamie Gray, who's easily my best forward and scored most of the goals, and he's out for 6 or 7 weeks. And that's just 3 to 6, but yeah, he's still out for a while. He's going to miss the cup semi-final that we've got coming up soon against Cork City, which is a shame as well. And in the Irish Cup, we've been drawn against the non-league side, which is quite nice. So anyway, we'll play this one now. So we're still, like I say, missing our best striker. So we'll have to see how this goes. It'll obviously make things a bit tougher. But yeah, been pleased with the start really. If we can get into just a top 3 or top 4 to get into Europe, that would be nice. That's the aim really now. So yeah, still getting to know our players a little bit. Got good sort of defensive partnership building up now between the 3 centre backs. We're on the attack. Cawley. Oh, good strike, David Cawley. Get in. That was a fantastic low shot into the bottom corner from that range, all the way along the floor. Look, a real daisy cutter. But it must have been hit with a decent amount of power to beat the keeper. And as it stands, that moves us up to 3rd. And Murray with a free kick. Oh, nearly. Goal scorer crosses it in. Comes out to Penikagas or something like that. He's playing centre back for me. He can play left back as well. There's Cawley again. Oh, that's another go. Oh, gets another free kick. Slightly closer. What can he do second time around? Ooh, nearly side netting. We are dominating this match though at the moment. Considering they're 3rd, that is impressive. Here we go again, through to Cawley. Can he get a second? Oh, nearly. Cawley, he's been involved in pretty much everything in the first 13 minutes. It's his second chance to cross it, but it gets blocked. See, this moves me above Shelbourne as it stands. Shamrock and St Patrick's aren't playing today, so they'll be playing later on in the weekend, so they could then move back above me. But it's been a really positive start. I mean, I think that Sligo were better than 7th in the league. I think they've been, well, that's why they got rid of the last manager, because they had a better team than that and they were underperforming. So yeah, I think we kind of got them to where they should be at the moment now, which is not winning the league, but they should be in that Europa Cup or Europa League or Europa Conference or whatever kind of conversation, and yeah, trying to perhaps win a cup or something, which is where we're at now. So we quickly got them into that area. Yeah, they've started to come back into it a little bit, haven't they, as this half's gone on? Hopefully they missed that. but still, massively all the stats in my favour. I mean, they haven't had a shot on target yet. Possession I'm edging, shots generally I'm well ahead on. Penalty, yes. I'm just going to take this one. Get in, Ronan Coughlin. So he was playing the attacking midfield role behind the two strikers before this game, but now with the injury we've had to move him up front because he's my second best striker, and we've put in somebody else into attacking midfield. I can't remember what his name was now. Here comes Coughlin again. What's he going to do? Jinking little runs, sprays it out to Long, all the way back to the keeper, McGinty. Plays out to Kane, out to Seymour, and we lose it. What's McKenna going to do then? Plays it all the way back. And swings it in. No! Oh, Hanlon. Oh no, he's offside. Get in. This has been not far off. This has been a really good game. I mean, some of the games we have sometimes they don't end up having a lot of shots, but this one's been action-packed. Especially that first 15-20 minutes, it seemed like pretty much the whole game was being shown. Right, we might just make a couple of changes perhaps. Could we bring on... We don't have a... yeah, we could bring on Banks perhaps. I can see it's the right-sided. Yeah, I think we could get away with that. Play him as a supportive wing-back. Perhaps bring on a fresh pair of legs at left wing back as well, because those wing backs, they bomb up and down there a bit, don't they? A bit attacking with him, he likes to like that. And we'll bring on, we'll go Connor Barry, we'll bring him on for Stapleton. So Stapleton's not played for me really until I've had to put him in when I had to put Coughlin up. Okay, so we had a bit of a video malfunction there at the end of that second part of that game. So just a bit of a quick update as we wrap up. I held on to win 2-1. They had 2 goals disallowed actually as well, so I was quite fortunate. And as we can see, we've seen what the rest of the weekend's games are. So Waterford, who are second, beat St Patrick's, who are sixth, so that kept St Patrick's behind me. Does move Waterford a bit further ahead, so 10 games to go, 6 points behind. That'll be tough to close down. So we're 19 behind Dundalk now after they beat Derry. So yeah, no, definitely not going to catch them. And Longford, who are down near the bottom, did us a favour by drawing with Shamrock. So that's really good. So of the 4 teams directly behind us, we beat Shelbourne, and the other 3 all failed to win. 2 of them lost to the top 2, and then the other one drew to someone down the bottom. So that was a really good set of results for us, which has kind of been what's happening quite a bit. So yeah, we let one in. In fact, it was back on that other one in the 75th minute, and either side of that they had a goal disallowed. Yeah, they had one disallowed right near the end, about 5 minutes from the end, I think. So yeah, kind of a little bit fortunate to hang on, but we got the win, and yeah, we're up to third. Anyway, so we'll end this episode now and pick up with the Cork City EA Sports Cup semi-final next time around. So make sure we subscribe to see what happens there.